G'day everyone. In this video tutorial I'm going to be covering question 2 from worksheet 1 for data analysis. Again, just a really short intro. My name's David. I'm not affiliated with the unit. I'm not a tutor, a lecturer, marker, or anything like that. So the solutions and the tutorials that I provide here should be viewed in that context. They're not an official release from QUT, so take it or leave it, so to speak. Okay, so in this question, we've got a situation in which we want to make a comparison between two variables essentially that are working here. So the first variable that we're looking at here is the make of the car, and we're also having a look at different years. So very easy to interpret this. We want these obviously just refer to the different number of cars that are sold for each make over 2 different years. So as it says in part A, it wants us to construct a side-by-side bar chart, and then it wants us to talk a little bit about the comparison between the two. Okay, so the easiest way I found to, normally obviously when you're working with this, I mean you can get the full data set here. I'm just going to extract this data here. So if you've downloaded the data from this worksheet, just follow the exact same instructions that I'm going to give except for this part to copy the data over. So let's just have a look, and what we'll do is we'll just copy this data, so just highlight, actually including the titles. So we're just going to copy this, so we're going to jump into Excel and just do Control V. I mean, if you right click and go to, oh, you can just go straight to paste, sorry, sometimes it doesn't allow that option. Okay, so I'm just moving this across just to make it a little bit easier to interpret. So yeah, okay, so what we need to firstly do is construct a side-by-side bar chart. So we're going to highlight all of the data. We're going to click Insert. And in this case, we want to do a column chart. We could do, well, let's just do it exactly as they said, a 2D bar chart. So if we have a look at this, this is close to what they want us to do. However, given the way that we've inputted the data into Excel, it is actually split up the in this case, the y-axis based upon the year. So we've got all of the data associated with 07 and 06. That may be what you're after for whatever type, for what analysis you are trying to do. However, in this case, I believe what they, I'm almost dead certain as to what they're actually looking to achieve is to have a side-by-side for each of the makes. So we want to have the others together, we want to have the Volkswagens together, and so on and so on. So in order to do that, we just click any point of data, right-click, and we want to format, I think it's, no, sorry, select data. Okay, and you'll see that this pops up. And so what we have here is a representation of the x-axis and the y-axis as it's given in the legend. So what we want to do is we want to switch this. So we don't want it to be split based upon year, we want it to be split based upon make. So let's do that. So we just switch row and column, click OK, and what you see here is we've got a side-by-side bar chart. And in comparison to what we had before, where it had all the makes together and separated by year, we've now got each of the years together and it's separated by makes. Okay, so in terms of creating a side-by-side bar chart, that's exactly, we've achieved that. Now, when I used to be part of the team, and obviously I marked a lot of assignments, one of the things that I noticed got students into a lot of trouble in terms of losing unnecessary marks was that they didn't label their graphs correctly. So depending upon the type of graph, there are ways in which you set up things. However, in general, when it comes to a graph of this nature, where you've got an axis, sets of data being plotted, you need to assign a title to each of the axes. You need to give it an actual, you need to give the graph itself an actual title. So to do that is really easy in Excel. You just, so if you're you just click on the graph itself, you'll see that it'll come up with a design. Here what we want to do is we go to the insert, oh no, where is it? Excuse me, sorry. Maybe it's design, yeah, oh no, design layout. Yes, we go to layout here, and what we want to do is we firstly want to insert a chart title, so we'll just have it centered overlay title. So in this case here, this is a comparison. But really, you don't have to make this sound fancy. The easier this is to interpret, the better. So comparison of cars sold by make between 06 and 07. So obviously you would rescale this graph. I'll just do a little bit here actually, so that that fits in nicely. Obviously that doesn't look too good there. Maybe we'll put it there. Normally, obviously, you would have this at the top. And so we also want to include axis titles, so starting with the vertical axis. So we'll have this on a rotated title, and then in here, this is just simply car make, and then axis title for the horizontal. This refers to the number of cars sold. Okay, so in terms of the mechanics of generating the side-by-side bar chart, that's all it is. So in terms of the comparison that they want you to make, so let's just say this was like an assignment style question, the key attributes that I would be looking at in this case would be which ones have stayed the same or relatively the same. Like you obviously can consider these two, well, most of these to be very similar, so that's obviously very similar, etc., etc. So we want to know about those that have remained, you know, the same within a certain degree, and for those that have changed, which ones have increased and which ones have decreased. So for instance, what we see here is we see a major increase within Toyota, and then say within these two, Holden and Ford, we see a major decrease over the years. So these would be the things that you would want to highlight in a summary. Okay, well, I hope that tutorial was good. As I said, please either post a comment here on YouTube or on the Facebook page, or send me a message via YouTube or on Facebook, preferably on YouTube, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, bye.